Hello, this is Professor Afrikadzata Deku, speaking to you from Spartanburg, South Carolina, USA, and I'm here to share with you some of my Africa-centricity poems. This one is called The 23 Reasons Why the Lion Does Not Name Himself and Keys After the Elephant, and vice versa. This poem is about more and more for African on the continent and diaspora bearing Jewish name, Western names, and Arab names instead of bearing the authentic African names. During slave time, the Europeans, the Arabs, and the Jews, they gave us their names because they lied to us that their names are better than our names. Colonialism time, they did the same thing. And now that we said officially slavery is gone, colonialism is gone, we still blindly, stupidly, naively, ignorantly keep on bearing their names. While the Arabs don't bear our African names, the Jews don't bear our African names, the Europeans don't bear our African names. All the stupid people who forgo their names for somebody else. So this is a poem to wake us up and tell us that bearing African name connects you to the power, your dignity, your security, your security of a 3 million year old culture, history, and heritage. But bearing other people's names makes you a slave of the people whose name you bear. Whether you like it or not, this is not a matter of freedom of choice. This is a matter of ignorance. You've never seen a lion going about calling himself an elephant or a bear or a stone. A lion is a lion. Elephant is an elephant. If you don't know that, then you don't know anything else, no matter how many foreign degrees you have. The Jewish, Western, and Arab names today's continental diaspora African has become addicted to belong to the Jews, the white man, and the Arab, which you, the continental African, with foreign names are not. Foreign names for any African approves him or her from the power of his African name. Foreign names for African disconnects the African from the pride of bearing African name. It robs the African of the dignity of bearing African name. It is an insult for the African to be bearing foreign rather than African name. It is a curse to poison your African system with foreign names instead of healing it with African name. It is a genocide act to honor foreign ancestors rather than your African ancestors. Dishonoring your African ancestors without whom you will not be here today is ingratitude. Turning your back at your African name and ancestor robs you of their protection. Disconnecting yourself from your African name and ancestor deprives you of their security. Replacing the heaven of your African name with the hell of foreign name is no progress. It is ignorance. Contaminating your African system with foreign name does not make you modern. Burying your African name in the cemetery of your foreign name is nothing to brag about. It proclaims the African with foreign names slave of the foreign names he or she bears. It keeps the African ignorant of the meaning of his African name he or she is uprooted from. It confirms the slave colonial lie that you need foreign name to be considered civilized or modernized. It confirms the slave colonial lie that without their foreign names you are zero. It turns the African with foreign name into the property of the foreigners. It robs the African with foreign name of the awareness to the whole which the home which no foreign name can give you. The Jewish, the Western, the Arab names you bear are not your names because you are not foreign. Your foreign names makes you a nameless African. Say it again. Your foreign name makes you a nameless African. And a nameless African is a dead African. And it matters for the African to honor himself and herself with African name and not foreign names. But because our addiction, our dependency is so great, the programming, the slavery programming, the colonial programming, the neo-colonial programming that we have been subjected to is so deep, is so embedded in our system. Today you see presidents, people calling themselves president of an African country, still going by foreign names. Jonathan, J.J. Rawlings, and all the mocking names we give ourselves or we bear. Even if our parents gave them to us, we know better because we have been experienced or exposed to higher consciousness or higher educational system than our parents. So we should know better than an African bearing a foreign name is a dead African. It's a disgrace to your culture, your identity, your nationality, your personality as an African. But because we do not give a damn about being African, we don't want to know we are African, we don't give a damn whether we are African or we are not African. So we see ourselves doing all kind of murky things against ourselves, against our culture, against our system, and as a result, we become the laughing stock of everybody. All the other human races, Chinese, Japanese, French, the British, the Jews, all the people we are following. Do you see them giving out their culture or their name, their identity for somebody else? No, only us. And when he said, oh, it doesn't matter, oh, it's my right, stupidity. So the call is we should get rid of all our foreign names, all our foreign identities, foreign way of dressing, foreign way of everything, and reclaim our African identity, African way of doing things. That's the only way we can save ourselves from ourselves. And thank you.